Good morning, Michelle Saxman here, and ready to share with you some time in Proverbs chapter 31, the final chapter of Proverbs. The reflection for today coming from Hope Church in Richmond, the highlighted verse, Proverbs 31, verse 25. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. The thought, things I tend to take on and wear, other people's words, shame, my failures, worry, and insecurity. I don't often feel clothed in strength. Rather, I'm really aware of my weaknesses. Dignity is a hard, lifelong work of character. It's not something you all of a sudden put on like a jacket you find in the closet. When fear or worry fill my mind, there's not a whole lot of room for laughter. What I'm saying is this: it is only by the grace of God that we're able to wear His righteousness and grow into it. It is because of Christ and Christ alone that our weakness can mean more of His strength, and that even in our sinful humanity, He has placed dignity in our hearts. The very creator of our souls holds our future. Joy Himself always stays the same and sustains. Although the unknown is scary, we know the one who is holding it all. So on to Proverbs 31. And again, this one is not written by Solomon, and it is a message from a mother to the son who is the king on how to live a righteous life. And then the ending of the chapter has to do with being a woman of valor. And that really is not about all the external doing and the things that other people see, but keeping ourselves in the right order, having reverence. Fear of the Lord, I think we take on that earthly human form of living in fear and living below the lifeline. But I'm going to tell you, having fear of the Lord is having reverence for His creation and for His plan. So chapter 31, sayings of King Lemuel. The sayings of King Lemuel, an oracle his mother taught him. O my son, O son of my womb, O son of my vows, do not spend your strength on women, your vigor on those who ruin kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, not for kings to drink wine, not for rulers to crave beer, lest they drink and forget what the law decrees, and deprive all the oppressed of their rights. Give beer to those who are perishing, wine to those who are in anguish. Let them drink and forget their poverty, and remember their misery no more. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and the needy. Verse 10, the epilogue, the wife of a noble character. A wife of noble character who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She is like the merchant ships bringing her food from afar. 15, she gets up while it is still dark, and she provides food for her family and portions for her servant girls. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. She sees that her trading is profitable, and her lamp does not go out at night. In her hand, she holds the distaff and grasps the spindles with her fingers. Verse 20, she opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes coverings for her bed. She is clothed in fine linen and purple. Her husband is respected at the city gates, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. She makes linens, garments, and sells them, and supplies the merchants with sashes. 25, she is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Verse 30, charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her the reward she has earned, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. Well, wrapping up this journey through Proverbs, and I will say I definitely feel as though I learned a thing or two about myself, and spending the time truly in the Word to allow things kind of to bubble up, things that I can recognize in my character, gaps, things where I need to grow and kind of extend across that bridge and become more of who God has called me to be. But it is also in kind of cultivating that self-awareness, but also self-control. So when I see it in other people, when I see, the Bible likes to call it wickedness, but sin, shame, guilt, regret, remorse, fear in myself, and also see that in others. I don't need to be quick to judge. I don't need to be quick with my mouth. I don't need to be quick to fix. But I can sit back, I can pause, I can create a space for His powerful presence of peace. So I just want to thank you all for joining me through this journey of Proverbs. I'm not sure what the next season is going to hold, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to pause and allow God to step in. I'll be going back through the Sermon on the Mount. That was posted during the Lenten season last year. Maybe I'll edit and pull that stuff back up and kind of spend some time in acknowledging that Jesus is beginning to speak to the Spirit within each and every one of us. That to me is what the Sermon on the Mount is. God gave Moses the 10 Commandments. They were really about external behaviors. And then when Jesus went to the Sermon on the Mount, He began speaking to the anger that preceded the murder. He spoke to the lust that preceded adultery. So He's speaking about that internal environment that leads to an external behavior. So y'all have a super blessed day. Thank you for inviting me to be on this journey with you. Have a blessed one. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.